Right, okay, so this video is going to be on, basically, I should actually go back. I wonder if I can go back. Yeah, I can. You'll fit right in. Okay, so what do you want to focus on? It's on a Brilliant.org website. I should do a bit of advertising for them, I guess, because I watched like hundreds of their videos of things that are sponsored by them, never ever paid for the damn thing. But yeah, so what do I want to focus on? Learning specific skills, following my curiosity, building my problem solving skills, brushing up on the basics, and something else. So haven't got a clue what I'm going to do here. So I clicked on that to continue. Then I click on this piece. And by the way, if you've got any comments, just stick them in the chat and I'll try and answer them or say something about it. Computer science. Yep, so I went for this one anyway. I could go for this one, data science and data analysis, but maybe that's too, I don't know if it's too intensive. I might embarrass myself. But I'm kind of interested in this space, the computer science space, and that's just because of work. So I'm going to probably just look at that. I don't know why. Let's just see what's in here. I'm quite interested in this as well, and that. I actually am interested in them all. So yeah, it's a bit unfair. But I go for the computer science and programming. And I've said I'm advanced, so I've given myself lots of yeah, I've written lots of programs in the past. Somewhere down here is my GitHub repo. Not my GitHub, or yeah, it is my repo, and that's my daily questions that I once used to do like years and years back. So there's tons of them, so I feel like confident enough. I probably shouldn't have. I probably should be categorizing these at some point. That'll be a video in itself, I guess. Very few categories in here, and this folder's getting quite big. So I might even actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do a. I don't know how big this is going to get, but a brilliant_org folder. There we go. If I can spell that correctly. Yeah, third time lucky. So I didn't put a dot just because I don't know what dot will do, but yeah. Let's go back anyway. So I'm claiming to be advanced. I have my tools close by me. So I've got ChatGPT. So I'm kind of like cheating. I must be advanced with ChatGPT, and I've got Google Bard down on the side here as well. So I've got things there also. Yeah, it is Google Bard actually. Gemini. I don't know what they call themselves now. My shortcut was called Bard, and then I think it renamed itself. Anyway, so I've got Gemini. So let's continue then, shall we, with the continue. Learn 6 times more effectively. I hope I don't have to pay for this thing, otherwise you'll be watching a different video. Just hit continue anyway. What's your daily learning goal? Oh, come on. I don't care. How will learning fit into your day? Morning, quick break. It would have to be a nightly ritual, because Monday to Friday I work from 7 a.m. till 5 or 6 p.m. So yeah, it's going to have to be that. Quick break. I could do that at work. I'm going to do the nightly ritual after dinner or while in bed. So I might actually do these like as a little mini tutorial thing. Maybe we'll see. Smarter every day. Brilliant keeps you on track with lessons. I wonder if I can play actually. There is a let speak aloud. There we go.
Smarter every day. Brilliant keeps you on track with lessons, puzzles, and daily motivation designed for you.
No. Not very good. Okay. Continue. You're on your way now. If you like blending your mind over interests, well, okay, let's just. I wonder if I can on my Google Docs. Do Google Docs. Let's just open up a Google Doc. Some Zitra notes in here. Is there an option? There is an option to play. Oh yeah, here you go. So maybe I can sort of like create a new doc and listen to this tab.
Zetra Notes, question 30.
I played the whole tab.
Zetra Notes, question 30. The hint was ugly, let's improve it.
Can I not play just a section? No. This plays a whole tab. Don't think like a user would want to play a whole tab. That might have been quite good. Maybe I'll use it in some other way. So maybe on my Google Docs. On Google Docs. Well, I'd need to actually have Google Drive open. Slightly different. Oops. Back the wrong way. Darren. Programming. So I'm up here basically. Python. And do I have any tester? Hello text. Why the hell have I got that? Don't know. Requirements. Python 3.11. Okay, they all look like my. I wonder if Gecko driver log. God knows why I've got things like that in there, but let's just do a new Google Doc. Probably doesn't belong in here, but new Google Doc and something like questions. Python daily questions, and that'll be a title for the sake of it. The only issue with that is I want to hit play.
Python daily questions.
Change voice, insert audio button. Send feedback, insert audio button. Listen to this tab.
Python daily questions.
I just want to play it like
Python daily questions.
Okay. Some text to read. We're not actually coding at the moment now. We're doing something else. It's like
Python daily questions. Some
Okay.
text to read.
Listen to this tab. Button color and size. No. Because I sort of like want to just read the text. Edit. Come on. But you can't do very much. So that doesn't help. Audio buttons. I want to listen to a little section rather than the whole tab. But I wonder if I can do this. I guess which I can. So up here in the rename tab, I'll make another tab. I don't really want to do it like that, but I think it's like that, isn't it? Document tabs. This tab. I'll call it the reading tab. There we go. And I'll give it a nice little, I wonder if there's some sort of voice thing. Voice. Oh, sound. I can see a phone. Oh, how about boom, boom, one of these. Microphone, speaker. Come on, that one. The reading tab. Okay, I don't quite like that. Choose emoji. Sound. Probably more like, you know what? It is the microphone, I think. Yeah, okay, reading tab. Anyway, so if I do like something like this, because I can't be bothered to read. My God, I'm lazy. This is proper, like, the use of all tech. I'm just pasting this basically in here. Control Z. this without formatting, because then I can just do, in fact, how did I insert that tab before? Audio generation was unsuccessful.
If you like bending your mind over interesting problems or want to explore a rich world full of beautiful mysteries, this app will be a sure thing for you.
Great. So now I can just play this on the side instead of me having to talk. All I have to do is keep deleting the damn things. I wonder if there's still another way, but whatever. I'll minimize that for the sake of it. I'll put that there, and I'm just going to drag this kind of like off the screen, I guess. Doesn't need to be on the screen. And we'll hit continue. Oh dear, subscribe now. No ads, free. Daily lessons free. Maybe I can subscribe now. I don't want to subscribe. I just want to get rid of that. Right, what's happening here? Programming in computer science. A probability and chance scientific thinking. Open your eyes to the world around you by solving puzzles with science. Top pick. Let's go with the top pick. At what point? Okay, anyway, it was on now already, so continue. Thinking in Python, writing in Python, programming functions, how AI works. Okay. Continue. Writing programs. Oh dear, I think this might be too easy. Let's see how fast I can brush through this. Start. I was hoping for sunning a bit more. Programs are instructions. You're ready now to write them. Let's prove it. Continue. Tap the blocks to write a program. Right. So what do we want to do? Mission 1. Tap the blocks to write a program. Make the self-driving truck reach the delivery spot. Okay, so you turn left and drive forwards, and then I guess how do you actually execute it? Start over? No. Oh, you just do check. Okay. Boom. Hey. Okay, that's too easy. Program the truck. Okay. So turn left. Oh, sorry. We're starting from this little bottom corner here. So start over. We want to drive forwards. Then we want to turn right. And then we want to drive forward. And check. Whee! Right, okay. I mean, there's different options now here because you can drive forwards twice, ping ping, and then whatever, you know, you get the thing. So let's just drive forwards twice, turn right, and drive forwards one more time. And we could have like turn right, drive forwards, turn left, drive forwards twice. I think I would have taken one more operation actually. Anyway, there we go. So yeah, I don't know. This isn't great. This isn't what I wanted. So let's just do like daily coding challenge problem questions. Code with confidence. Online coding practice. Too many places trying to sell you some nonsense. This is the one that I think I used to do these back in the day. Right, simple programming interview question. The thing about this is I'm sure I've solved this at one point in time, probably as well. I'm going to take all of this. Copy, because I really can't bother to read it.
If you like bending your mind over interesting problems or want to explore a rich world full of beautiful mysteries, this app will be a sure thing for you.
That's interesting because I pasted different text in there. So
If you like bending your mind over interesting problems,
maybe if I hit the refresh button and then the play button.
there's a staircase with n steps, and you can climb 1 or 2 steps at a time. Given n, write a function that returns the number of unique ways you can climb the staircase. The order of the steps matters.
The thing about this is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into my not best model, but I'll put it into this one. Boom. We're going to try this, which is cheating. Like once upon a time we'd have done this, but now, right, just a second, Gemini is working out the answer because it's probably already seen the question, and it's using the collections module. It creates a function. It's a bit of a big function, but that's because it's got docstring in here. Calculate the number of unique ways to climb the staircase of n steps, where you can climb any number of steps at a time specified in the set X. Okay, the problem is well, I stopped using my brain. The recurrence relation is dpi equals sum dpi minus x for x in x if I minus x is greater than 0. Oh, okay, this. Right, I was just checking that this isn't a recursive function, because if it is, I certainly won't want it. And then the reason I'm saying that is because it's got this recurrence here. That's a fantastic problem that illustrates the power of dynamic programming. Is a generalization of the classic Fibonacci sequence. I've written a Python function that uses this dynamic programming approach to calculate. Okay, you know, like the only thing I want to check is this recursive. Is this recursive? Right. I mean, I can check if this is recursive or not, quite simply, because does the function call itself? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Ways is count staircase. So it's just that. Oh, okay, that's just a solution, right? So yeah, it doesn't recursively call itself anywhere. So let me just. I don't have it offer the copy function in the same way. So new format. Copy that. And we go into here, we go into, I mean, I should name the function, I guess, or the question at least. So we write problems, you get Taylor problems, right? So just give them like one example. The thing about it is, I don't want to receive them on email every single day. Let's just put this in and do a thing, call it staircase question.py. The thing that I will do, I'll paste this all in here. I was kind of like going to look down here, see if I've got something named staircase PQR. Shortest distance. No. I do. This is my version of it, pre-AI. So this is staircase stop. There we go. So I wonder when this was written. It is the same question. Look, this problem is asked by Amazon. It doesn't say what if that. But let's just go back here. Yeah, asked by Amazon. So 1111. 211, 121. Okay, let's have a look. Well, yeah, it's exactly the same question. So that's quite nice in a way, because this is the AI solution and this is my solution. Oops, what have I done there? Let's go the right way. That's my solution over here. The number of stairs to climb, let me just sort of like zooming in so that it's readable. I use Assist and Math. I ask the user for an input so they can put in. Right, okay. I ask the user for an input. Oh, I suggest a number. I don't. So in my usual style now, I wouldn't ask the user for an input. I just set it as an argument at the top because it gets a bit tedious if you have to keep running it. So yeah, or stop tediousness. Let me just check the chat thing's working. There we go. So okay, fine. So the user inputs the number of stairs to climb, the max number. Okay. And okay, print it out just to show you what you've actually inputted. And before we begin, let's make sure there are enough stairs. Okay. Right, okay. Where is ST max? I mean, ST max is set. That's a bit of a weird one. Oh yeah, because you can't have more stairs than the maximum number of stairs. But I actually thought ST max might be a cap as well. Okay, it does the factorial thing. I use math.factorial and I use NPR and NPR and NCR. Okay, right. Clever person that I was back then. Right. So that was my thoughts. Some of my thoughts on the matter down there. And then right. So now let's just see what the AI does. Collections is not accessed. Right. I'm just going to go here. Is imported but unused. That's interesting. Okay. Comment that one out then. Copy. I should actually put that back for a second. There we go. It's been picked up by 2 linters. I'm just going to tell off the bar thing here. Let's have a look. Because I did put, I put my question in there somewhere. Ah, is it recursive? Well, it's not recursive, so I'm not going to bother with that question. I'm just going to put that in though. It's going to say, yeah, you got it right. I acknowledge your request to address the unused import in canvas.document. That's a great catch. The code for cleanliness. I will remove import collections. Right, so there's no importing of modules. Okay, fine. So let's just go back. Yeah, that didn't need to be there. Right. So there's a function n1 x1 ways, count the staircase ways, printf. This is all a script, okay. But I guess that's good enough. Expected output is 1. Expected output is 21. Right. So let's just hit F5 to run it. And there you go. So what have you got? N equals 10, x equals 1, 3 and 5. There is 47 ways, 21 ways, and right, okay. Now let's go to the other one. I guess I can do n equals 10 and set x in the same way. Max number of steps. F5. Let's see what it does. For return. Let's just do we'll say 5. Number of stairs needs to be larger than the max step size. Okay, how about that? So we'll try and run this again then. 5, oops. 5 in here and 4 in here. I don't know, maybe my variable's back to front. Ah, so okay, we do get an answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 factorial. Okay, NPR number of combinations. Okay, fine. Yeah, it spits out a whole bunch of stuff. So don't save. Staircase questions. Staircase question. I'm kind of like I should automatically abandon it, but like really I should be going through and appraising the AI. Right, cannot climb negative number of steps, return 0. So that's in the function itself. So that's like initial checks. If not x, if there are no steps, if no steps are allowed, only n equals 0 is possible. Okay, so return 1. If n equals 0, else return 0. So if x basically is, I guess x is this list here. So if x is an empty list, so if there's no x, if there's no x but n equals 0, it will return you 1. Otherwise, it's going to return you 0. Okay, fine. And stores a number of DPI. Okay, so this is stores a number of ways to reach step I. So I'm presuming that DP is actually of type array. Actually, it is here type list, not array, type list. DP is a type list, right? I wonder if I should actually type in here in type in the code. I wonder how much type hinting I'll get. Yeah, here. So DP is a list of type int. Now it's very, very explicit. I can change that in my code, which is over here. I don't know if that makes it messier or not. I guess it's inferred that it's but like when I watch that in Bentley, he uses the type hinting religiously. But I'm not sure that I'm going to use the type hinting religiously here because it must be a list of type int, I guess. So DP will be initialized to however many, whatever the value of n is, add 1, and it'll be that many zeros basically. So in the original, for problem number 1 here, n1 is 4. and I guess n1 is passed in as this n value here. So where is the actual thing? Yeah, n1 is the first argument in there, and x1 is the second argument in there. So x1 is 1, 2. So let's have a look. So base case is exactly one way to be at step 0. So there's nothing to do. So dp of 0 is sort of like the first thing is 1. And then iterate from step 1 up to n. So for I equals range, the number of ways to. I wonder if, like, you know, in theory, could I make it faster? I'd use NumPy. But we don't do this for simple problems in Python, so we won't do that. Check if the previous step is valid, right, not negative. Yeah. And the step size, the result is a number of ways to reach the nth step. Okay, and then just return dp.n. Okay, I guess that's the entirety of the function. There's nothing to do. Yeah, this question's probably, I don't know, even this question's a bit too easy. It's well, I mean, now with the AI, there's not much for the human being to do, apart from understand the original question. So, and even then, like, I think we've got to move on to understand, like, deeper questions, really. So, I don't know why that said Colab up there. It's kind of like too easy. What's this? Right. Build and modernize for the AI native era. Try for free. Enterprise. Okay, fine. That's some other thing. Daily dev. Fun coding problems. What did I have up before? Daily coding problem. Daily dev. For easy. Hello world variation. Sum of two numbers. The palindrome checker. FizzBuzz. I mean, these are all like, yeah, I think. Find the missing number in an array. Pyramid pattern printing. Let's just see this one. Ah, it actually gives you the answer, I think. Printing pyramid patterns is a fun way to practice loops. Create half a pyramid of stars based on the number of rows. Again, I mean, it's, yeah, it gives you the code in Python and in JavaScript. Okay. I've got the AI thing switched off now because actually the let's just do pyramid of stars. So here, how do I switch this damn thing on? I don't like the AI gets in my face a lot. Next edit select suggestions. I think I've got to switch that back on. Right. But again, boom. See what it does. Rows equals input, enter the number of rows. That's how many pyramids you want. We'll put that into a function. Did it do it? No. Maybe I'll hit accept. I don't know. I did do the depth pyramid, okay. If I go here, tab, so for I in range, 1 to rows plus 1, print something star.rows, and let's just see what this looks like, F5. Input, okay, so input, enter number of rows, so let's just see this 5 rows, and yeah, that's quite prettier than I was going to do, because I was going to start on my rows from, so again, there's not much to do. I've done this with the AI tool. I don't always do the hint things, but here rows is of type int, we like to say that, and it returns, like if you go over here, it will say it returns none. I mean, you get the type inference anyway. I wonder if I remove the int though. Def period, well, yeah, so here you kind of want to specify in the function signature that it's an int, because he didn't know that. So what's that bit for? Right, so now it knows it's telling the user it's, you know, it's taking a variable for number of rows, and you know, it's an integer number of rows. You kind of a fraction in there, like. I just want to put in here like something like I wonder how I do that. That rows is actually an int. Right, there we go. Let's do something like that so it's some advancement. I mean, it's doing that in the function, which right, I'm not sure you'd want to do it like that. Maybe it'd need to be like a Pydantic thing or something like that. Let's just do that. Do the type checking separately. For example, use a let's just see what happens there. I mean, it has you know, it's done it. It's just made it like, I mean, yeah, you've got the choice of being verbose or not verbose, I guess. You know, the option is you can use a data class. It creates a class of type pyramid config, which has an attribute called rows, which is of type integer, and I guess it does the type check in here and throws you a type error. So like, what were we going to get here? You're still going to do the type error. So yeah, you know, I suggested a data class. That would have been ugly, but I guess here, if I was to copy out these rows, copy that, you know, you could sort of like, let's get rid of the chat thing on the side and actually before we do this, actually I might put it in here. Check, okay, check input. Hey, okay, and what else is there? Loops for rows. This is check input value. Yeah, I mean, you can put all of these checks in here to be sort of like, so here would be check input type. Right, so you could do your checking in there. I wonder, this might be an example of, because I did see this before, which is where you would use wrappers. So there we go. So I now don't check inside here. I do a validation outside, but again, you know, it's a bit. Yeah, I mean, you put your validation somewhere else. So yeah. It depends on how sophisticated you want to get. So okay, hi. Can you help me out? I am not able to make a website from VS Code. I don't know how to publish it. Right. Chat in here. So like, how provide an example. Like I should actually ask, so it's something completely different, but are you using Flask, for example? Actually, here's a great example of a website, because I need to be doing this, which is this little baby here, which is my Zetra quiz. Or Streamlit, like because Streamlit's really easy, and actually it might be more fun doing this and more appropriate doing this than doing the actual questions. Let's just check one thing there. Let's just check this runs before I go and do that. I'll hit F5, see what happens. Better get the okay, number of rows. Let's do 10. Whee! Yep, does it. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Assuming that is 10. Or it might not be in counting in, what do you call it? I'll do a control minus so I can see more things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It does do 10 rows actually. So that's fine. Yeah, like, so King MC, it depends what you want to do. So I'll just go back here, but like this is an example of something I built and I deployed it on Streamlit. So there was no effort from me in a way. It does a quiz and it sort of like does it in a certain way. Let me hit the refresh button just to make sure that it's live. It's a Streamlit app. Hosted with Streamlit, you see down the bottom. Actually, like when I was like teaching Python, someone asked me, "Can I use Streamlit?" And I was like, "What's that?" This was a few years ago. It's really cool. You can do lots of very simple things and deploy to the web quite fast. So you've got Django, you've got Flask, and you've got Fast API. I think they're three, like I think most popular frameworks. But like at work we use Streamlit like all the time for many things, just because it deploys quite nicely. It looks quite cool. So question 76, which is incorrect for trailing stop orders? It's always all of the above. Submit. Correct. Next question. But where did I get the stream? Or where does that Streamlit code live? Let's just go and try and see if I've got it. Zetra here. It lives here. So I'm opening it in a new thing, and you can see how easy it is to make. Can you help me? Currently I'm working on this and not able to get the perfect result. Okay, but I need to see your code. Show your code or a link to the Git repo. Anyway, so a couple of documents, a couple of images that actually have the answers on, like some answers when they crop up. So there was those. That was the actual question bank here. So I just did the question bank as a data class, or as a class actually, sorry. The data class is the, I don't know why that's got space in there. Let me delete something. Ooh, I hope I made that better and not worse. It said 7 changes. Don't know why there were 7 changes to be made. Right. You can copy this link and paste it in your browser and you can get access to my codes. I can't see your link. So probably Google's banned links. If you have put a link in there, Google's banned links. Not Google, YouTube. YouTube's banned the links. But anyway, getting back, here's the Streamlit app. And actually I built this in like a couple of minutes. My Discord ID, I don't actually use Discord. I use other things. So, yeah. I think if anything, you might have to put your Discord ID in, assuming it can be done. And then I could go and see what you have on Discord. Maybe if you're I use Instagram, yeah. Where are you from, by the way? But yeah, anyway, getting back to this, Streamlit does a great job because it lets you, look, all I've done is define a function and how I want my things to be laid out, basically. So it checks for the initializing some questions and things. And then it does the does some checking, and here in the Streamlit thing, it, like, here's where the submit button is. So if I go back, oh, you're from India, okay, that's a submit answer, and I stuck in a show hints and things. Some of it was a display question, I guess. Current question, right? Yeah, it gets a current question and it sticks it up there. Yeah. I think the best is maybe Twitter. You could use my, like, if you can stick a Twitter in here, then I'll message you on Twitter. That's probably the easiest. Give me your Insta account so I can give you the link. I think that you should be publishing the Insta account or an account on here, not me, because I don't fancy getting like blocked by YouTube for sticking links on here. I don't know if you're allowed to or not. You can put your Instagram on there. Try and message you. Or your Discord. I just have to sign up for a Discord. But I don't know like what the allowances are on YouTube, and I don't fancy being banned by them for like. You can use any of them, is the answer to the question. I wonder on there, like, you don't see the, like, okay, fine. Have you not got Twitter then? Ah, that is your Twitter. Okay, fine. So the reason why I use like some of these social media things, and I blocked myself on all of them to be fair, is because, right, let's just go to Twitter. But sorry, I didn't block myself on all of them. I stopped using them because I find, especially Twitter, like complete and utter rubbish. But let's just do hi post. There you go. Oh, okay, fine. I wonder if I can get Instagram on here. Instagram. Click. That's going to play me a whole bunch of junk probably. Right, is it okay, it's just the underscore thing then. So let me copy and then hit the search button, paste that. Right. This says no results. Go back. Search, add, paste. Right. Oh, I have to hit follow. Jesus, caramba. I don't want to like follow people on this turdy platform. I know it's like billions of people use it. It says this account is private. So yeah, that's like there. I guess like the indiscreet way or whatever, or like the most convenient way is. I wonder if I've got Discord. I probably do actually. Discord login. Login. Oh, you can download for Windows. Oh, great. So they have another little chatbot thing on Windows. No username. Email or phone number. So I'll stick that in. Login. Let's see what happens. Are you human? I am a human. I'm now attempting to go on Instagram. Didn't work. Log in. Are you human? No. So go back. Go back. How do you sign up then? Open Discord in your browser. Oh dear. This is going to be a right old bummer, isn't it? I've got to verify that I'm a human. It's over there. RRRAQ. Where do I stick all that in? Move. Hey! I verified I'm human. Welcome. Welcome to Discord. Oh God, no. Start putting my date of birth in on all of this stuff. Customize your app theme. Okay. Dark. Default. Apply. Right, that's all gone great. That's grayed out. What? Can't click anywhere. Yes, count me in. Refresh. Why do I need to provide my date of birth? That's your Discord ID, right? Right, I'm just putting my date of birth in. School, club, ask them whatever, create my own. For a club or community for me and my friends. Customize your server. Let's just skip that for now. Take me to my server. Oh God, right, okay. Interesting. Email already exists. Right, okay. So it means I'm already signed up to Discord. So Discord, login. Right, but it doesn't recognize me. Email or phone number. I've already done that. No. New login. Okay, please check your. Oh, please check my email. Right. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Check my email. Verify login. There we go. Right, okay. Ah, you've retracted your Discord ID. After all that effort. Whoo! Well, anyway, I'll keep it there on the side. Not that I use Discord because, yeah. But I could. Okay, let's just get back to this then. Yeah, so that was easy. We made our little Christmas tree then. So I won't even look at the Zika thing. We made our little Christmas tree without any effort, and we did some data validation. We used a wrapper function to do the data validation rather than doing the data validation inside the function. That was it. So I shall do that. I kind of like to use that because a pyramid starring function. Okay, hit commit, sync. There must be a way of automatically syncing changes. If anyone knows of a way of automatically syncing changes, I might start to use that, because the reason why is at the end of the session I forget. It's almost like surely, like, I don't know, maybe you only want to commit at certain instances. So let's just go back then to not there, not the Gmail. Verify bar. Let's have a look. Oh, it's always, it says Colab, but it's not Colab. Right. Find a missing number in an array. I mean, I think that's going to be too easy. Or maybe it's not. Find a missing number in an array. Okay, find a missing number. You have an unsorted list of 1 to 100, but one number in the list is missing. Find a missing number. So first thing is you're going to sort the list, I guess. I mean, it kind of gives you the steps. Go through it and look for the gap in the sequence. So again, I don't know if that's the best example. I'm actually going to attempt to put this into Bard, finding missing number. So new chat, paste that in there. It's weird because like on this chat, or maybe it will stick it on the side, like it's put the code directly, sort of like where you are. Explanation of method. Calculate expected sum. That's quite a smart. That's the one nice thing about AI stuff is, yeah, it's coming with a different angle. A concise and efficient way of finding missing numbers due to the mathematical property of the sum of an arithmetic series. Here is the Python function. Yeah, I like that. Rather than just going through, so the original suggestion here was, this is written in JavaScript, okay, and this is in Python. So you've got array.sort, so you sort the array out, and then for I in, the length of the array, if I plus 1 minus I is not equal to 1, so if the difference between them is not equal to 1, then it's going to spit you out and say, what the message is. But here, finds a missing number in an unsorted list of numbers that should range from 1 to n, where n is one more than the length of, okay, fine. Anyway, it takes this list of numbers, but like if they're contiguous set of numbers, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the total value of that will be 5 plus 1, which is, basically, let me write this out somewhere, but if you've got in here, if I can do the zoom, can I do zooms? Yeah, I can. Like sort of, you've got 1, it's very common problem, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll do like 1 plus 5 because you add up the two edges at the end, this one and this one, and then you would do 2 plus 4, and then you would, finally, if it was an odd number of things, you'd do 3. If it was 6, then it would be, that would be clean. Actually, I'll do a separate list here, just by way of example, for an even list rather than an odd list, because you've got evens and odds. Like if that was 6, because the even list is a bit cleaner. You'll basically have 1 plus 6, and then you would have 2 plus 4, and then you would have 3. So 2 plus 3, you'd have 2 plus 5, and then you'd have 3 plus 4, like that. And noticeably, they're all equal to 7. Right, so all you have is 3 times by 7, because you've got 3 lots of 7. But where did the number 3 come from? It comes from this, because there's n numbers. So it's basically, and it actually equals 6, because there's 6 numbers, n equals 6. So this value here is just n over 2. Times by, I guess, what would be 1 plus n here, 1 plus n or something like that. So well, the first number here, so I guess call them values, value I can't remember how you do this one. Is it dots? No, that's a superscript. Comma, yeah. And here would be v of, it'd be the last number, basically n, like that. So basically, that it's something like that. So that would be, 1 plus 6, times by 3. So 7 times by 3, that is 21. Anyway, that's the sum of them. So that's the sum. It's going to equal that. And from that, if you, that's what you expect to get, and your actual sum, so counted sum, is going to be whatever you count, and the difference is going to be a missing number. So missing number equals sum of nums minus counted sum, right? Something like that. That's what this is doing. So that's actually quite an elegant solution. Let's just hit the copy button. I was looking for that copy button before, but it didn't exist because it was in like a side palette thing or something like that. And we'll go and stick that straight into where was the actual question? Let's go and have a look where the question was. Oh, it was over here. So find missing number. So we'll make a new thing here and we'll go into here and open that up and I like this more, kind of like it's quite like a cute method. Like we'll see if it works in a minute. But I wonder if I've done that before as well. Finding K, no, don't think that'll be the same. Why is that? I don't get that. I don't know what that head thing was I'm referring to. That's a bit of a weird one. A bit odd. I had that in my Python code. How very weird. Wonder what the commit hint is. Whatever. That was the weirdest thing. Anyway, what does finding K do? It uses its tools. Oh, here. Like, this is how bad my code was previously. I don't know if I call it bad. You know, I've written it in two bits, but I shouldn't use it as a tools twice. But maybe like I've tried to replicate something like above and below. But it's going to bitch about it here. Hi there, Otaku Outpost. I was actually just going through some questions. Hi, Otaku. Yeah, I'm doing Python here at the moment. So, what am I coding? I was actually doing some daily coding questions. Where are you from, by the way? Where are you from? Question mark. Nice to see people from around the world joining in. So, given an array of numbers and a final value k, find three numbers that add to k. Okay, so it's not quite this. That's a different question. So let's see if this works anyway. I didn't because you deleted your Discord thing. It said message retracted. It says message retracted. Okay, there we go. So let's do this. Copy. Discord friends. Yes, count me in. Active now. This section could be bad to customers. Right, how to add a friend? Here you go. Friends. Add a friend. Send a friend request. Boom. Send friend request. Are you human? Was he going to ask me if I'm human every time? My word. Okay. Right. Let's just go back then on this and type in what are we going to type in? Fab. Right. I already hit the verify button for login. Yeah, Discord's annoying me a bit much. Let's just use, if you want to do it, get a Twitter account. I could use Discord, but I'm not. Let's go back. Anyway, we're going to try and run this. So let's try and run this piece of code. F5 to run. Has it run anything? No, because it didn't hit F5. Oh, I did hit F5 and it didn't run. There we go. Okay, it's running. There we go. So it's got to know all of that, and it's found the missing number. It's got the array over here, and it's found the missing number. So let me just go to the thing over here, which is the G-link, because that's quite cool. And my little G's over there. We're looking at that piece over here, and then the answer over here. List length 19, and then it's done another one. Or has it done another one? Missing number 57. Okay. Oh yeah, it has done. Because it's the second piece is, if I do a different colour, that bit there is being answered down there, I guess. Oh yeah, that was that from the previous question? So a little browse. So delete all of my stuff, and then we're looking down the bottom. Oh yeah, it gave example 1 and it gave example 2. So the first piece is example 1, which is up here. I should kind of like just in here we'll do print example 1 just to make it clearer, and then over here we'll do print example 2. Run it again. So you've got example 1 over there, and then you've got example 2 over there. It's quite cool. So like that. It's also detected list lengths. I guess at a certain list size, it doesn't show you. Right, it shows you the list like as a list, so test list. Where's the actual print statement? I know here, example list. It's got your example list, and then it inputs your example list here. So you've got a list down here, but in here it's just got test lists, and then n equals 100. So it's got the length of the test list, because it'd be too big to do 100 like units or whatever. So yeah, that's quite cool too, like that. Yeah, I'm not a massive Discord user. If I was, I would use it, but I just can't, like, it's just another avenue of spam. I'm really not a fan of Twitter either. GitHub repos are the way to go, I think, for code sharing. But yeah, I think we can kind of like say that that's pretty much it, maybe, for this session, unless somebody wants to see something different. I'm just going to go there on the commits, and then hit commit, and then hit sync the changes. That was just inputting the line numbers, I guess. And that's it. So I'm going to go around, just have one more look. Balanced binary tree checker. We need to write a function that checks if a binary tree is balanced. A tree is balanced if the heights of the left side don't differ by more than 1 for all of the nodes. So basically, a binary tree looks like, I draw a binary tree. It's like you've got your top thing there, and you've got your two options there. I guess you've got two more options here. Amazing drawing. Look at these drawing skills. And then this is like level. I mean, this is actually what's it called, the parent, and these are the children. We'll call this level 0. Then this is level number 1, and then the nodes down here will be at level number 2, and so forth. So long as this isn't like more than one different, I guess that's what the question's saying. So you could like eliminate that. But as long as it's not more than one different in terms of, so this is all define the sides as well. So like a dotted line in the middle. This is the left hand side, and this is the right hand side. That's your binary tree. I think that's it. That's the left hand side, that's the right hand side, and you're basically checking that they're of the same height. So if this one did go down further, like this, so this now, one side is of level 3. That's got level 3, whereas this side, that's still level 0 there. That's level number 1 over here, and 2. So now they're unequal. So that's what that binary tree question is about. The furthest back node, when both nodes are still part of its family. Okay, this is the furthest back node. Find the lowest common ancestor of 2 nodes in a binary tree. Okay, so it's not for, which one was it? The balance checker is this one. Yeah. We need to write a function that checks this binary tree. Tree is balanced. Let me just get rid of the thing. So a tree is balanced if the height of the left and right sides don't differ by more than 1 for all the nodes. So this is an unbalanced tree. Maybe this is still considered balanced because it says don't differ by more than 1 for all nodes. I guess it depends on your interpretation. I could stick it into the language model. Yeah. I think that's kind of like find the case largest element. Well, that was done. My version of the case largest, because I actually saw the code for that somewhere. Whoops. Largest, there was a largest number. Was it this one here? Oh yeah, I think that was it. Yeah. Determine if there are 3. Oh no, yeah, something different then. But yeah, Finding the case largest element of an array, that should be relatively easy, I guess, if that's what that question was asking. Imagine you have a list of numbers that are all mixed up and you need to find the case biggest number. What are you going to do? Come on, you'd sort it first, right? Is that on Twitter now? Okay, let's sign into Twitter then. Twitter, what's happening? By the way, I'm not a fan of Twitter. Like, it's a legacy thing that I once used, because basically it sprawls out all the nonsense on your page. But I'll put a message to you, I guess. And do hi. There we go. Post. And I'll move that to the side so that our chat's on the side. Yeah, all of these social platforms have so much spam that I'm not a fan of any of them anymore. They're just there to spam people. Right, you could sort the list. Yeah, I mean, like, this is the most obvious thing on this, but you could sort the list and then pick the case number from the end. Use a special list called a mini heat map that keeps track of the biggest numbers. Try the quick select method, which is a bit like sorting, but you only focus on part of the list. Okay, interesting. Try this on big lists of numbers and think about how fast your solution is. Well, that's kind of like a more of a, I guess, coding question in the sense that, like, is it O of n or something? Because if you just sort the list and count through them sequentially, it's O of n. Or so you can sort the list, which is first like 1, 2, 10, 20, 25. Yes, you've got them in order. And then so the third largest numbers, you go 1, 2, 3. That's the third largest number. But maybe you can do like a more intelligent search, which is sort of like you can still sort the list, but maybe I start in the middle to do my first check. Like, so I start at one of these numbers here, because I know its position in the list. Because this is a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, list of 5. So I'll start like number 3, for example. And well, I guess you're not even counting it, like, because imagine you have numbers all in this. Yeah, I mean, just sort it. What is the quick select method actually? Let's look that one up. Yeah, I see you sent the link. Notifications. You've used VS Code for the web. How would you like to join this collaboration? Opening VS Code, continuing web. Let's continue in the web for a second. Continue as anonymous. Guest user. Joining the collaboration session. Joining if it works. Hanging at the moment. Layout. Ooh. So the layout here. Oh, you got JavaScript there. Okay, fine. Right, okay. Define a variable called window. Var client width, okay, client height. MP3. This is like the world's slowest thing. Right. Back to the file and the code. My God, this is slow, right? The image hasn't displayed. The index.html hasn't displayed. Everything's blank at the moment. Okay, can't do that. I'm going to try that again. To join the collaboration session. Right. Not seeing any code. That's the. It did open up on code in the beginning. Maybe it's the GitHub. This thing's hanging. It's like hanging indefinitely, hanging forever. Just trying to open it up again, like here. Maybe it'll give me the option this time. Sign in. Yeah, do I want to sign into this damn thing? Is there a GitHub link rather than this thing here? Because, well, I should be able to see the code. Yeah, doesn't look like anything's working. It's all like just hanging, as we can see. So, yeah, I might just kill this for now. I think if there's a Git repo, might be a better way. I've not used VS Code, like, oh, I have used the web version of it a few times, but yeah, like I actually just found the desktop thing to be better, and I found the whole GitHub thing, sharing repos, whatever, to be the best approach on that. So I am the file. GitHub link repo. Right, solving a basic back testing. Simulated a distributed key value store. JavaScript, React, Node. Okay. Some web development. DevOps. Docker. Docker's used a lot. Put an app into the container and run it on your computer. Upload your custom application. Regular. Oh. Okay, these are just things that you can do. Imagine you have a dictionary from an alien language, but the words are sorted like English. Your task is to figure out the order of the letters in the alien language and write it down as a string. Okay. I'm not even sure if I understand the question. Alien language ordering. New chat. This is a classic problem often solved using a combination of topological sorting. To find the alien dictionary's letter order, you need to derive a set of directional constraints like A comes before B from the given sorted words and then arrange the letters. Oh, okay. So the order of the letters is determined by this piece here. So it's just talking about the order of the letters in dictionaries, like so. Apple. If Apple's first, then A's first. If whatever. Right. Compare the words. Okay, you know that. I mean, that's easy enough. You know, it might be a case of like, so Apple. Bad, my Apple can't really write it, but then you could have like arse. There you go. P comes before S, so you know that you've got A is the first letter, and then P in my ordering, and then S, right? But then I might have another thing like Queen. And then shove. Now that's telling me Q comes before S, so I'd have to stick in here like a Q. I don't know it in here, You have to put a Q in. And so forth. Like you'd keep on just determining. So you either use the second character or even the third character if it came down to it. So like applaud. If you had applaud here, APPL, you'd actually have APPL and then it'd be AUDE. So here, if you had applaud, like it'd be similar right down to because the first four are the same. Like these four are the same, APPL, and then A comes before E. So you'd have to put an E. Well, you wouldn't know exactly where the E comes, but you know it comes after A. So you know that much in the ordering, and so forth and so forth. That's quite an interesting one. I quite like that. You know, maybe we can in here. No. Yeah, it is in here. Right, the Python code. Boom. Let's see what it does. Again, it's done it in this thing on the side. What does it call it? Like a little script thing on the side, which I can run in code. I just want to copy that. If I hit close, show the code. Ah, it still does it on the side. Export to Colab running code. Okay. You know, okay, I'll make one more thing here. I'll call it over here. Just because it's an interesting one, actually. And bang that code in. Oops. I wonder if that's actually got in there. No, okay. So yeah, what I will do is hit return. There we go. Oh, we nearly got it all right. And I'm not going to use the thing, so I'm going to switch this off because otherwise it's going to annoy me for all eternity. And so it's done 112 lines of code, large amount of code, comparatively large amount of code. Let's see what we've got from collections. This time it is using all of the imports that have been imported. Otherwise you'd have to squiggly lines. I can't remember what DQ does exactly. I have to remind myself. I had something in an order or something like that. Actually, I could just look this up. Is a special list-like container with Python's collection modules in the context of alien. DQ is used to implement a queue required for Kahn's algorithm topological sort. Here's a breakdown of what it does and why it's used instead of a regular Python list. Right. Okay, so it does that. First in, first out principle for the FIFO. In Kahn's algorithm, we need to efficiently on queue add elements to one end, the right hand side, and DQ remove elements from the other side. Whilst you could use a standard Python list for DQ, removing the element from the start of a list, pop0, requires shifting all the subsequent elements, resulting in ON of time complexity over here. So we don't like to do that to the list. This list.pop0, that's nice and inefficient. So the role of the DQ is optimized for appending and popping elements from both ends, or the left and the right hand side, in O of 1 time complexity constant time, so it's just faster. By using DQ with append and pop left, the topological sort operates efficiently, maintaining the overall complexity of the algorithm, which is crucial for handling large graphs. Right. Should be able to create a GitHub link. That's pretty much like the GitHub link. Like my GitHub stuff is all like here. There's like loads of things. That was daily questions actually. But like the whole repo, everyone's repos, so like all the stuff that you want in the public domain's in the public domain. Repos. That's that Zetra one. So you can see the whole repo, and basically the link is right here. Like, so that would just be the example of a link, GitHub, then your username, and then that, and that's basically it. And then someone can go and, I guess, watch or add themselves onto your link. So yeah. Anyway, did I paste that code in there? I did. So did it define an alien dictionary? That would be interesting. Initialization, adjacentness. Okay, fine. Ah, here it is. Words. Right. So WRT. T comes before F in this alphabet. Let's see what happens when I run it. Inputs A, B, C, B, C, A, C, A, B. I guess A comes before B, that comes before C. And here's that example, Apple. Apple comes before app. That's a harder one because that's only 3, that's only 3. That didn't actually have an order, so I didn't return anything. So that's maybe, I don't know if that's an edge case, we'd have to look at the code and see if it's an edge case. But here A comes before B. So I wonder if, just for example, invalid prefix words for, that's the one where, because you've got APP starting both of them and then there's nothing else after. So you, like, I don't know what the rule would be to distinguish, should app come before Apple? I would say app would come before Apple because it's run out of characters. But I don't know if there was a rule for that or not in the Q and DQ and what have you. But let's just do, like, paste that in again. Oops. I'd have to do something like words 6 and then sort of like do house, mouse, mum. Look, it does mouse. And then mouse would come before mum, wouldn't it? So let's just see that, because at the moment it's hinting that U comes before O. So let's just run that and see what happens. Like number 5. Oops, how about printing words 6 here? Because you can get the wrong answer otherwise. And here, words 6. HUSEMO, right, okay. How would it know? That U comes before, well, U comes before O in this case, because we put the mum before the mouse, right? That was the critical bit. But now we're going to put the mouse before the mum, right? Because that should be the right order. And run it again. In fact, what I'll do is so we can compare them side by side. That will be example 6, that will be example 7. 7's like the correct way round, put 6 the opposite way round. So here we'll do word 7, which changes this value here to word 7, which changes this value here to word 7. And then we go on, that's example 7, and then what we're going to do, we're going to switch back this one to be the opposite order, just so we can see them side by side. So we want the comma as well, X that, then paste that over here, and then F5, because then we can see example 6 and 7 together, and you can see the Husimo and then Hosimu. So here it knows that the U is first in the alphabet, so, and it put that there, and here it knows that the O is first in the alphabet, so it was able to put that there. So yeah, that's interesting. I wonder how it inferred an S though. Like, how would it infer the S? What from? Because it doesn't know S, like it's ordering in the alphabet. It would know an H, it'd know an M, it would know an O, and it'd know a U. H, H, O, U, and M. But how would it know that where the S was placed? So basically it would know the H, because there's an H in house. The M, if I'm understanding this question correctly, it'd know the M because of the mouse. It'd know, again, it knows the M from the mouse and the mum. Then it can differentiate the O and the U. So it knows the M and it knows the O and it knows the U. But how's it differentiating the E and the S? So I'm going to say that's not completely correct. When I say not completely correct, that's wrong. But it's nice nevertheless. Put here. To do right, neither of those look correct, because it couldn't have differentiated, unless I don't understand the question. If anyone understands the question, then you're more than welcome to say that. But how would it know where it places S and E, like in from either of like these dictionaries, from either like or these lists here, from either this list or this list over here? Like, you can't tell that. Hasn't got that information as far as I can tell. A and B it gets right. This one it didn't know. I wonder if he, I mean, he got this one right because that's A, B, C. You know, so he got the A, B, C. Got that one, he got that one. So he does simple things, but he didn't get the complicated thing right. So, right, how do you make someone a moderator here? Top fans. Moderation activity. Oh, your Twitter is locked. How do you make participants? I can see participants. How do you make them a moderator in this thing? Community moderation. YouTube community moderation. No. Oh, crikey. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure about this moderation thing. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it time for now because the video is getting a little bit long. I don't know if I did much or not. I like this dictionary thing though at the end. We did a couple of things. Let me just sync up then. So we go back in here. I like the fact that it does this because I hate having to put the commit stuff. Implement alien dictionary ordering with algorithm example usage. But this is not needs improvement. Broken example. Tab, tab, commit. Tab, 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 sync. Right, send the link separately and I'll go and attempt to have a look at it. So send it like in Twitter or something because then I can go and have a look at it. And that'll be it. I'm going to sign off. I guess like for anyone that does watch this in your ultimate boredom, like subscribe and all of that stuff and all the rest of it. Where is it actually? The book. Python programming, top of the stack. There we go. Yeah, go get the book. I might put the book in a link in the chat thing, whatever, like the description afterwards. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. And I'm going to sign off. So yeah, thanks. Dankeschön for watching. At the end.